Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, morning, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing Classic Christmas Cup F1 2017 Season 1. Let's hope we have another one at some stage. Round number 2 here at Spa Francorchamps in Belgium. My name is King-Kodiak, and I will be your commentator throughout this evening's race. Unfortunately, Mr. Weichenzak, who very kindly joined me in the box last week, is unable to do so today. It is Christmas after all. I'm fortunate enough that my kids are asleep. They might not be at the end of this race, however. We have got 20 drivers in our lobby at the moment. The lobby has yet to start, which is why you are seeing the images in front of you as opposed to the standard stream that you are used to. Hello, everybody that is joining me in the Twitch chat live, and for those catching up on YouTube later, welcome to you as well. Now, we are racing, as the image in front of you shows, the Williams FW18 Damon Hill's championship winning stallion from 1996. 16 races, of which this vehicle took 12 of those wins, 8 for Damon and 4 for his teammate Jacques Villeneuve. Ironically, the track that we are racing on was not one of those wins. That was actually won by Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. Jacques Villeneuve was second. So we have got a much bigger turnout this week, and the countdown has just begun. So let me switch over to that particular view. There it is, and you can see at the top right the wrong image. That was that was me accidentally leaving a wrong image in place. Right, we are jumping straight into a race. Oh, the countdown has actually just stopped, so that actually gives me a chance to show. That is the standings as you saw in the image rotation I was showing earlier. Now, we had a fantastic race in the wet last race, which at the time of recording was Wednesday past. And I've just been told the lobby is going live in 2 minutes' time. So what I'm going to do is just have that song I do like to use, Infinite Power by Fat Rat in the background, as it is royalty free and doesn't get copyright struck by Twitch or YouTube. So just have that running in the background whilst the you saw yourself as first there, Tim. Apologies there, that was for the current F1 2017 season. I accidentally left that image in place. So what is going to happen here, we're not going to go into a qualifying session as we had last time around. We're going straight into the race in a reverse grid setup, and it's a reverse grid from the championship standings. So the image you see is completely reversed. Now, anyone that didn't start doesn't get automatically promoted to the front. They are starting from the back. If they missed last week's race, you can see quite a few people did last week, then they will start from the back of the grid again. And therefore, Fasifian, who did get a disqualification for too many corner cut infringements, will actually start on pole for this race. And as you can see, the lobby is now underway, so it enables me to fade the music back out again. That was the shortest 2 minutes I've ever seen, but never mind, we will get this underway nonetheless. So we should be jumping straight into the grid and straight into the race properly. Let's hope it doesn't beam me out of the session, because I cannot wait for this. Yeah, I have had that technical hiccup once, and thankfully only once, in commentating for F1 2017. Let's see. I get nervous when you're sitting there saying, please wait. Oh, we have movement. So we should be jumping straight to the grid. That's why I'm kind of skipping a lot of things. And unless there is a practice session that's going to go on beforehand. No, we are jumping straight to grid. So any reserves are going to be at the back of the field. So anyone that didn't take part in last week's race, for whatever reason. Thompson, we kind of haven't really... Well, you can, but you're going to have to do it from... Hello, Thompson. Thompson?
Yes, hello.
You're going to have to watch from the stream then, unless you've got a spectator spot in the...
No.
Did you get a spectator spot in the lobby? You are lagging out rather a lot, Mr. T. Well, hopefully you'll be able to catch up with us. Here we go then, 5 lights. And, oh, it's actually not Pacifian starting on the front. And away we go then. It is PK Zar that is starting from the front. Smash is at a decent start. Smeed is trying to get through. Jipper's jumped up a spot already. Oh, as always, we have got a lot of jumping in positions. Oh my goodness me, there's a lot of... Ooh, that was someone getting very, very sideways. Someone falling through the field. But because everyone's obviously in the same car, it's very, very difficult to see who's where. Jump down the field. There's a Dragon Bone. Along with Cryostine, who's had to cut... Oh no, I've got my menu around the wrong way. That's never good.
That's not good.
Oh, Pox has already retired. We have our first retiree. Are you with me now, Thompson? Oh no, big problem at the back. It's Pox has retired because he smashed it into the wall at the top of Eau Rouge. That's never good. But Smeed has taken the lead. Jipper second. West. I think it's Wessel. So we have another retiree. It's a person that wasn't with us last time. Oh no, it's Snicker. It's 100% sure what that is. It's the end of the Wellington Straight. He's got 3 wheels. We've already lost 2 on the first lap.
Yeah, coming down like flyers. Like you can see they're not very used to the cars, and everybody's trying to make a good start, obviously. So that's where the mistakes really happen. I always say, remember, you can lose the race on corner 1, but you can't win it.
Absolutely. So we've got overtaking going on up and down the field. It's an 11-lap race. It is only 25% distance because we have 2 races in a single week, and they are very, very different cars to drive. That's why it was decided to only have 25% to give the drivers half a chance of had to get into the end, which sadly has not been the case with two of our drivers. While Flips is falling through the field, he's in trouble. We have a yellow from sector 3. Where is Flips? Oh, he is actually running. We had a yellow in sector 3, but we had no idea who that was. So where is our race winner from last time, Julian? Where is he? Where is he?
All right. Unfortunately, my game has crashed, but I will.
Oh no!
Yeah,
you're commentating from the stream as Cryostein's actually jumping into the pits. Then that's terrible luck for him. Where's Julian? There he is. That's why I couldn't spot him as I was looking for Julian.
You
AVR.
really don't want to pit on the first lap, especially in this scenario with the old cars with the really hard tires on this track.
Dragon Bone's also in.
That I did in case there is a spot for a reserve driver. This is essentially a no-stop race, so if you come to the pits, that's basically it.
That is it, especially over an 11-lap race. So, Pox, that's such a shame. It's obviously seeing Pox in the chat there. Smeed has got Jipper. Now oh, goodness me, we're getting penalties all over the place. A stop-go for Camp-Colo, which he may not necessarily serve as if he doesn't come in the pits. These cars look fabulous on the stream. So Jipper 2, Smash is hanging on in there in third position. As whoa, look at this big old gaggle of cars again. So this is Camp-Colo 4, Wessel 5, Cryostein in sixth position, right in that mixture. Oh my goodness me, side by side. Oh, they're coming through Pouon. That's very dangerous. Oh my goodness me, that looked like I'm going to abbreviate that to tar. Oh my goodness me, that's Wessel falling through the field. You saw him basically being punted off the track before the camper chicane. And that was, I think it was Julian jumping through to 8th position. A lovely move there. He's gained 3 positions this lap alone. He is on the move. Wessel's falling through the field. Oh, Wessel's off! That's why we've got another casualty, and Dragon Bone's also gone. Oh, goodness me, what's happening? Oh dear, another dead car. That's at Camper Chicane. He's overcooked it on the exit of Pouon. That's another casualty in this race. I didn't expect it being dry. I thought the drivers would be able to hang on to it a bit better, but seemingly not the case.
Well, the problem with these cars is most of the guys we see here also drive in the regular leagues, obviously, and these cars have obviously a lot less downforce than the 2017 cars. And driving a few practice laps that I did, there are some really tricky corners, like maybe Stavelot or so, that are kind of flat if you're really brave, but 1 millimeter off, and that's you in the wall.
Indeed, as Flips finds himself in the pits. Oh, just seen someone going a little bit wide there. Oh, goodness me. Look how close it is. That Westy sizing up for a move. It's Westy trying to get past Detainable as they head into Le Camp. And doesn't quite get the move done just yet. He's running very wide. He's determined to get past, jumping on board with the 10th place runner Westy. He is determined to get past Detainable. Oh my goodness me, having a dive on the inside of Bruxelles, and that's impact between the two. That was wheel to wheel, so he may well get rid of it. That was PKZ Tar that was running very wide there. And already Westy's back under attack from Detainables on the inside of Pouon. Dangerous, it's quite a fast bit. Oh goodness me, so many cars, it's impossible to keep up with them all.
Quick question from Tim in the chat. He asked why Lamp started in P18 when he didn't race in last race. That's obviously because he didn't race in the last race. He'll start at the end of the pack together with reserves and so on.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how the sort of back end order was decided. But basically he was put after those that raced last week. We had 13 runners in last week's race, so then it was the official reserves and then anyone else, essentially, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
As the field now settles down again, we've got Smash that is putting all kinds of pressure on Jipper as they have started lap 4 coming through La Source. It's trying to size up a move. This is for second position. You've seen just out the top of the shot, that is Smeed just running off into the distance. Now, Smeed was having a great race. He was actually leading for a lot of last week's race, but unfortunately the weather got the better of him, and he found himself in the wall. So Julian took full advantage of that. Julian's now to 6th then, so he's really been moving the field well. That's Smash trying to look for an inside as Westy and Hayden both get themselves 3-second penalties. And Smash couldn't quite get that move done. Jipper defending pretty well. That is slowing them up now. 2.6 seconds is Smeege's lead. And again, he's having a look on the inside of Brooks. And again, we've seen someone else try that move, but decided to back out of it. But it doesn't seem that Smash really has got the pace on Jipper at the moment. But we'll see if Jipper's able to defend from that position. Let's just double check what's going on here. Yep, there's this big gaggle of cars are still fairly close together. And so Julian's now moved his way through this field. He's actually got himself about 7/10 already over Westy. That leaves a train of about 6 or so. Oh, Jipper and Smash side by side through the campus chicane. Can Smash get it done? Jipper's still defending well. That surely isn't going to be advantage Smash. He now has the inside for turn 15. Now heading down to Stabilo. The move is done. Jipper has a look on the inside. Doesn't quite get his nose ahead. And that is Smash now into second position. But that's 3.7 seconds to Smeege. You just seen go out the bottom of the shop. And yeah, we'll see if Smash is able to close that down.
Well, it's important to see if Smash can actually hold that position, because now obviously he's got the first aim, and that's now really over. But also up or route, slipstream is a bit of a factor in these cars, and also because of the low downforce, more mechanical grip setup. There are several lines across multiple corners around the track here that you can run, so it's bound to be for a lot of overtaking and back assist.
Love hearing the sound of that old Renault V10 as Detainable has a dive on the inside of the source to take that 7th position from that 8th position from Dobby. Dobby hashtag free health. Westy is trying to keep up with Julian, still 7/10 between the two. Julian's got 3.5 seconds to close down to Cryostine, who now onto the Camel Straight. You can see Cryostine in the distance there. That's what 3.5 seconds looks like in these cars. That's about the lead that Smeege still has. Jipper is hanging on to Smash up here in 3rd position. Smash hasn't been able to get away from Jipper, so maybe he's taken a lot of life out of his tyres to try and get past Jipper. But these tyres are fairly hard, so I wouldn't imagine he'd be taking too much life out of them.
No, not really. Across the race distance, if they really torment the tyres, they might get up to 40 or 50% of tyre wear, which is, not an unreasonable, unnotable amount, but it's not really as much that you really get into trouble.
On board with Morvik then, as we see Lamp just fly off the road on the exit of Puon. Morvik's acting as a pretty decent camera car. Oh, it's a little bit deep going into the campus chicane. You can see that's 8, 9 and 10 ahead of him. Oh, goodness me, just saw Morvik. Just the tail just completely got away. I suspect that was impact more than him just flooring it. As you saw his driver gesticulate there. Seemingly to Lamp. Oh, goodness me, who bounces off the wall at Stabilo. That's not going to do him any favours.
Yeah, you could see Lamp going off the track, going wide, and then rejoining in Morvik's dead spot. And I'm not sure if he really was aware that Lamp was still there or not, but I suppose that's how they came together there.
So keeping an eye on the gaps throughout the field, it does look like Julian is closing in as Wessel gets himself a 5-second stop go there. Julian has closed in about half a second on Cryostine. You can see him just going up Eau Rouge, but with 5 laps to go, snap 6 of 11. Is he going to be able to close him down quick enough? As Hayden now gets himself a penalty, and Hayden's right in that mixture we've just been looking, so that will cost him at least 1 position. So the penalties may not be big, but when the pack is still as tight packed as they are, it could be quite costly.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Every second is important in those close battles and those short races that we have in this Classic Cup format. I think the most tricky part of the track, really, with track limits, might be Eau Rouge, because you're so on edge with these cars. It is flat, but on the approach, you can already mess it up to keep it between the white lines. So you always have to be on your toes with this car around this track, but it's a lot of fun.
I can imagine. Hayden is still staying on the back of Detainable, and obviously Hayden has that penalty that we saw announced earlier on. Let's just run through our field. Let's check in where everybody is. Smeege leading the way by 3 seconds. as he is heading down to the bus stop chicane. Smash in second position. He's now got himself 1.8 just under from Jipper in third position. He's trying his best to close in that lead. And at that rate, he is not going to catch him, so he's hoping for an error on Smeege's part to challenge for the lead. And saying that, though, Smash has just set the fastest lap of the race, 1:56.3. Camp Coldo in fourth place then. Oh, Julian is making a statement of intent there with a 1:56.1. Goodness me. Smashing through the lap record there. He's still in sixth, still has 2.7 seconds to gain, but could well do it in the run down to Cryostime, who is in fifth position. There we are. The top end of the field are fairly spread apart. Back shot there from Cryostime, actually looking at championship leader Julian. And just as I say that, he then switches to the front looking camera. There is Julian heading down the Camel Straight, heading towards Lake Arm. And Jipper, oh dear, has earned himself a 3-second penalty. That is actually going to cost him that third position if the timings stay as they are. Westy, there he is, starting from near the back of the field, and finds himself in a comfortable seventh position with Detainable, see in the background. And there we see a gaggle of cars beginning to form again, with Hayden leading it. That is Morvik, Dobby and Lamp. So Lamp has lost another position since we last looked at him. Oops, that's getting a little bit close to the wall there. Looking further back then, 13th is El Sunny, just heading down towards Puan himself, with PKZ Tar. And 14th, someone I haven't mentioned so far, is Ono Ozut in 15th position, with Wesselt already behind, and AOR flips all the way down. Oh goodness me, we have a yellow flag. It's, oh my goodness me, that is PKZ Tar flying off the road. That's at Puan, and he's struggling to get the car pointing the right way. And there he goes, he is now running again. All four tyres still up. I wondered if he had a puncture there, but no, he seems to be running again. And Cryostime has got himself a penalty. That is, oh, so's Julian. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not going to help. I'm assuming they must have had trouble at the bus stop chicane, as that's where obviously Julian is. So he could have capitalised on Cryostime's mistake there, but then he ended up with that same penalty himself.
Yeah, maybe this race couldn't be decided by who gets the fewest penalties, so we always have to have an eye on that.
Absolutely.
And I'm nearly about to start a list who actually already has a penalty or not, because that's accumulating a bit faster than I would have suggested, but obviously they're not that experienced in driving those cars. Absolutely.
The field is fairly spread out now, although it's said to be 2 or 3 seconds, no major gaps in between each position, but it's big enough that people aren't going to be necessarily challenging for a position. Failure in the chat asks, as PKZ Tar gets himself a penalty as well, what cars are upcoming. It's the, I can't remember off the top of my head, it's the Ferrari F2003, the Red Bull RB6, and there's one I can't remember. So,
I can tell you in a second. It's going to be, let's see, on the next Wednesday we have the F2002, that's the Ferrari.
Tuesday.
At Monza. Tuesday, yes. Then on the Saturday after that, so that's the 30th, we have MP4-23, so that's Hamilton's...
That's Lewis Hamilton's title-winning car from 2008.
We'll have that car at Brazil, and then our final race will be with the RB6, the Red Bull from 2010, obviously also champion-winning car from Sebastian Vettel at Abu Dhabi.
We have got a battle for the lead then, on track at very least, before any penalties. Oh goodness me, you saw Jipper get very, very sideways on the exit of the chicane. It is Smash and Smeege really starting to get up close and personal as they come through the source. Oh, we've lost Wessel. We have lost Wessel just as I say that. And there oh dear, he's lost it. What's that? Stavilo, I think. Yeah,
that's the corner I just mentioned, which is really actually the most difficult corner. As I said, you can kind of do it flat, at least on qualifying fuel. On race fuel, it's really, really on edge.
Oh, we've lost Dobby as well. We've lost another. Here's Dobby. Oh my God, he's lost both of his front wheels on the start-finish straight. I mean, he's ghosted, so I mean, obviously his wheels, the wheel tether's not doing their job. That is very impressive.
Yeah, that's quite an achievement actually. I don't know how he did that, and I don't know who was that owner, I think, or maybe Sonny, who can be quite glad that also the wheels are ghosted.
Yeah,
it would have been a horrible crash.
Someone would have most certainly lost their front wing, and that would have gone flying. But Smash really putting all the pressure on, through Pooh on. He's now side by side as they're coming into the camber chicane. He had to back out of that. It's going to cost him a tenth or so. He does look like he's got the pace on Smeege. Oops, keep it on the black stuff. Doing a sterling job there. Julian is closing in on Krierstein. They both have the same level of penalties, I believe, so they may lose a position behind them, but Julian is still pushing to gain a position on track. Here comes, as they come through, Blanchimont. Oh, and you heard Smash had to get out of it. Is he going to try a dive on the inside of the chicane? No, he thinks better of that one. Has Smeege now braked himself? No, and that's Dobby leaving the session. Oh, we've got problems in Sector 2, but obviously we don't know who. As these two are fighting, that is going to allow Jipper to catch up on them, but we only have 2 laps to go. This race has flown by, of course it's only 25%, it's 11 laps in length. Julian gets himself the fastest lap with a 1:55.8. He is pushing like crazy. Here we go then, on board with second place Smash, coming through onto the Camel Straight. He's going to get into the slipstream, there's no DRS on these cars. Smeege is gone for the defensive line. Is he going to be able to hold it? Oh, well, but coming side by side. So coming to look on, bit of wheel banging going on, and Smash has got to concede that move. Smeege has actually got himself nearly a second as a result of Smash having to get out of that. There could be a few words said about that one, I wonder.
That was actually pretty good defensive positioning from Smeege. If you're on the inside there, you can be overtaken around the outside, but your opponent has to be quite a bit faster than you. And then the next corner off, obviously after the first chicane, is again a right hand, and then the really tight right hand after that. So you put his car in a very good position there. So good racecraft from those two.
Coming through it. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Down to Stavelot. Smeege is now that gap down to 4 seconds. Now we've seen how faster Smash seems to be. Smeege apparently was struggling with tyre wear leading up to this event. Into Blanchimont. Is he going to try and dive on the inside? No, again he thinks better of that. Probably quite wise. He's going to have another crack at the chicane, we think. Ooh, he thought about going for an inside manoeuvre, but Smeege perfectly parked that in the middle. Big lock-up as he came into the bus stop chicane. Now starting to the final lap. Oh, Smash getting the tail of that car. You saw Jipper doing the same behind. Goodness me. Final lap then. Into the source for the final time. Both cars locking up. There is a gaggle of cars behind them, actually, that I want to look at, but keeping an eye very firmly on this lead battle. Smeege hasn't had a great run out of the source. Now Smash trying to get side by side. Coming. Oh, my goodness me. He had to back out of that. Now surely on the Camel Straight. Surely this is going to be where it happens. Side by side now. Ooh, that's getting very close. They are going to top out at some point. Fuel lights on, obviously. Going to be side by side as they come into Lake Arm, and there'll be a wheel banging going on again. Oops, I didn't mean to change the camera that many times. And Smeege still has the lead from Smash. Goodness me, well defended. Another battle that is the gaggle of cars I was seeing is these three. It's Camp Coldo, Krierstein and Julian. Oh, Julian diving on the inside of Bruxelles. Oh my goodness me, going rallying as well with that particular car. They're not designed to go that sideways, but he's determined to try and get past. And oh my goodness me, as I looked away, Smeege and Smash were side by side, but they're still in the same position as they were. Coming back into the camper chicane once again.
This is the last lap, obviously, so if you want to make your move, you have to make it now. I always say, come the white flag, the race driver will switch on his, I call it, mental switch, and absolutely try everything he can.
Oh, Julian! Oh no, Julian's come to grief. Sorry to cut you off there, Thompson. He's come to grief. We saw there with yellow flags out. He's lost the battle between himself and Krierstein. Oh, goodness me, he's now very, very slow coming up to this lead battle. He is now or never. That's the bus stop chicane. Smash trying a different move. Is he going to be able to get there before the line? That's going to be so close. They're going to side by side. No, Smees just holds on for the lead by 25 thousandths of a second. That was all it was between Smash and Smeej. Goodness me, Chipper comes home third, Camcolo fourth, Cryostine 5, Westy actually goes up to sixth position. Julian, there he is trying to fend off that gaggle of cars behind him. Morvik comes across the line 7, Westy 8, Detainable 9. Actually, Lamp/Twitch was promoted tonight. Detainable 10, Hayden 11, Owner Ozzy is penalties are being applied, that's why the positions keep changing. 12, El Sunny 13. AOR Flips we saw coming to the group very, very early on. He did get the fastest lap at one point, but I think the fastest lap actually belongs to... if I can get the right thing. No, it's not that one. Which one is it? There we go. It is Julian that fastest lap of the M55.8. Oh no, it was just 55.7. It was stolen by Flips on that very last lap. And Pika Zedtar is last man across the line. He's actually just coming through Stavilo. So he's had a terrible, terrible race here. But wow, what a finish!
Yes, very good race from everyone. We had a lot of close battles. But that was to be expected from this type of cars. So maybe modern Formula 1 could get a few ideas on how to make the cars to have interesting racing. Just saying.
Oh, because that one's never been said before.
No.
And Pika Zedtar throws his car into the wall. He hasn't actually finished yet, but he's just having a celebration to himself.
Yeah, he's just... I don't know if he tried to attempt to slide into a donut or if he just... I don't know.
No, I think it was intentional what he tried to do there. But there we go. Last man across the line. He probably then realised he hadn't actually officially finished. And there it is in the blink of an eye. What a race. That has flown by. Well, thank you at last minute for joining me in the commentary box, Thompson. It was a pleasure to have you along for all of about half a dozen words you managed to squeeze in with my rambling.
No, it's all right. I mean, I'm kind of limited with the way I had to commentate on the race.
Yeah.
But, that's just sometimes how things go. My game just wouldn't do what it's supposed to do.
It's happened to me as well. I got caught out with the game crashing. So 2 British flags this time, and I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with what second place flag is. Was it Czech Republic?
No, it's not Czech. It's Slovakia or Slovenia.
Okie dokie. So there you go. They're your final confirmed positions there. Smeej won 25 thousandths of a second. I mean, that's barely the length of the front wing in realistic terms. Smash 2, Jipper 3, and of course people are leaving the session, so that's going to upset this list. Cryostine, Julian, Morvik, Westy, Lamp, and Detainable are your top 10. Goodness me. You see the amount of penalties that people have.
Yeah, it's bad enough on the normal leagues, but I guess, with the unfamiliar cars, it's not going to be easier. So next up, Monza and the Ferrari. That's going to be an interesting race as well.
So the Ferrari F2002 at the Festival of Speed is where we will be next time round.
That's going to be very good. Obviously, the Ferrari is a rocket down the straight, so it's going to be a very suitable car for the track. And I bet we're going to see a lot of overtaking as well on that race.
But that concludes our race for this evening. Thank you, Thompson, for the last minute jumping into the commentary box with myself. It's a great pleasure to have you here. Thank you for those that have been in the Twitch chat throughout the live. This race will be on my YouTube channel post-width. So we will see you right here for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.